James is here to affirm that he once regarded some of the land as unproductive and wasted until the planners intervened. Initially, he envisioned only a piggery, a patch of matoke, and a modest horticulture venture.
After starting the farm, Damba Kezala of course came in and helped us with the planning. Our main plan was to have pigs and also have a few bananas and other horticultural plants. But when he came in and looked at the place, the first thing he told us, actually was standing in this place, that you can do catfish in this place, that you can do more than 10,000 catfish in one area. I've never thought of having fish. I didn't even have any knowledge about fish farming. So this place was a wasteland. First of all, we had dug this pond mainly for water to be pumped for our pigs. But then, when he came in, he showed us that we can be able to do fish farming. So I brought in someone who is an expert in fish farming. And then we measured the area, we saw the water flow and everything. That's when we came in and then brought the excavator to first dig the excavator. At one point failed, and then we got guys to do it with our hands. Then later on, we put in this slab here.
Little did he know the potential for fish farming, which has since become a lucrative source of income. Thanks to the assistance of Damba Kezala Enterprises, the landscape has been transformed to meet the demands of the market.
I didn't do catfish after doing some research. I realized that the market for tilapia is relatively bigger, because even as we sell to the locals. We just announce on the local so-called radio stations, and then people just line up and take the fish. Actually, we don't have enough fish for the people even in the villages, and they buy all the sizes. Yeah. So it was really from that knowledge that he shared, because we didn't even think of that farming, because no one in this area does fish farming. The only farmers we have are doing cages.
He elaborates on how the land is now optimized to its fullest potential.
Many people do farming, they concentrate on one thing, maybe tomatoes, chicken, and when it hits him, he completely leaves and says farming is bad. But here, we are having more than 70 things we're doing. We're having bees, we're having fish, we have different types of bananas, we have the pigs, we have ducks, we have chicken, we have hay, we have silage, and we're having the trees, like you can see, the eucalyptus and pine. So at any one moment in time, there's something you're selling to sustain the farmer and to get money.
James and his team have concentrated on a singular type of fish, encompassing everything from fingerlings to graded selections, ensuring convenience and variety for their target customers.
So here we do one type of fish, and that is tilapia. The Nile tilapia ON is the only fish we have. We don't have catfish. What we have here is that they multiply a lot. We don't buy fingerlings. Like I will show you, we have a nursery, and sometimes here of course they lay eggs and hatch them. But we keep grading every month. Now, like in this pond, we are going to be grading in the evening. That's why we are reducing on the water. When the water reduces, the guys are going to come like for 30 minutes. We'll put our net, remove the fish, and then grade. The small ones go somewhere, the big ones average size, so that we feed them based on their average body weight.
Strategic planning yields tremendous benefits in optimizing land usage. It opens eyes to new possibilities, prompting the adoption of integrated farming practices that not only conserve labor but also enhance productivity.
The plan has mainly helped us in doing integrated agriculture and eco agriculture, or regenerative farming. After having the plan, first of all, the first thing is land use. We do not have any area which is put to waste. Even the boundaries, we have trees, like you can see. This is Lucina. a kilo, you can sell it at 12,000, sorry, 120k. But this is food for cattle and goats. This, yes. And bees come and pollinate this and get nectar. Yes, pollen. So, and then this is a boundary, and again I'm conserving nature. Yes.
So use it as a
boundary, nature conservation, because now my ponds won't get spoiled. The strong winds won't affect. These are seeds now. How many trees are here? You market yourself as someone who sells animal pasture seeds and all that. Yes. To go and plant. Even me, I bought this from Site Farm. And also we have coriander somewhere. We have napier grass planted down there. We have matoke. We have the trees which work as windbreaks and shade. And then the animals are also working within here, the birds, yeah, to scoop and get what to eat. And then this water we are using it to irrigate during the dry season because there is ammonia. Okay, we are using it. So there is that kind of integrated farming. And then we have the ducks, just that they're now under the houses. They come and swim in here, and sometimes they fertilize the ponds. Now, the plan has helped us to see that land is utilized well. Number two, saving labor, because you find that most farms, someone is employing 2 people, but they are doing things which don't even bring out their salary. But here, we are doing activities like fish farming, whereby a guy is digging, like they are digging there. Then they will just have like 15 minutes, they come and feed a fish, because fish are feeding, you just come, feed by response. When the fish responds, they eat and then go. They go back and do other activities. Then they can even go later and feed the pigs. So you're having one guy doing more than 5 things, but spending very little time. Okay? Number 4, spreading our risk.
With precise and strategic actions, one can achieve significant results with the minimal resources. For instance, by optimizing feed management. Through pilot production, while the farm attained remarkable outcomes, a substantial yield of approximately 9 tons, comprising 20,000 fish weighing between 300 and 500 grams. Each, their approach is adaptable.
We first of all are based on commercial feeds. They were too expensive, we weren't getting anything. After calculating on our first harvest, because we were buying commercial feeds, but when we started pelleting our own feeds, because we went learned the formulation, we started doing our own pelleting and made our own feeds. That's when we started realizing the profits. The ponds we have here, we have about 9 ponds, and we have a capacity of about 20,000 fish. 20,000. We do not grow them to big fish like in the lakes, but commercial fish is mainly between 300 to 500 grams. And actually, that's what most locals can afford, because people want to buy fish. Someone comes with 3,000 shillings, 5,000 shillings, and wants fish for lunch, okay? And that is affordable. So we raise our fish to about between 350 to 500 grams. And at the end of the day, we are able, if you sell, say in a year, about 10,000 fish at an average of 2,500, that's about 25 million. And if you scoop off the cost of about 10 million, you get something like 15 million. So at the end of the day, it helps us to sustain and also get that part. That is in a 6 months, because we look at the 6 month period. Yes, because for us we don't feed like those people in the cages who have those high targets, and also the flow of water and the dissolved oxygen, we don't have them like in the lake. So we do not feed the number of times other people feed. Sometimes we feed twice a day, sometimes once a day. So we rear fish for that even a longer period, which is about 4 to 5 to 6 months. Okay, so in a year we harvest twice. Yes.
Now we'll take a very short commercial break, and when we return,
cocoa is another thing you have planted.
James and his team have concentrated on a singular type of fish, encompassing everything from fingerlings to graded selections, ensuring convenience and variety for their target customers.
So here we do one type of fish, and that is tilapia, the Nile tilapia ON. Is the only fish we have. We don't have catfish. What we have here is that they multiply a lot. We don't buy fingerlings. Like I will show you, we have a nursery, and sometimes here they lay eggs and hatch them. But we keep grading every month. Now, like in this pond, we are going to be grading in the evening. That's why we are reducing on the water. When the water reduces, the guys are going to come like for 30 minutes. We'll put our net, remove the fish, and then grade. The small ones go somewhere, the big ones average size, so that we feed them based on their average body weight.
James's advice to farmers is diversification, emphasizing the importance of not placing all resources in a single basket.
People who are looking at one thing, it makes it hard. Just assume that I came here to only do fish farming. There's no other activity. Okay? All your money is invested here. Workers' salaries are coming from here. Your transport to come and spice the farm is based on this. And then even food, you buy food, you don't have the bananas. So at the end of the day, your overheads are high.
Understanding the nuances of fish farming is imperative. One must grasp the scientific principles behind it. It's essential to avoid over-fertilizing ponds and ensure that the inputs yield favorable returns.
Knowing the science of fish farming, it is really important. Okay? Sometimes people put in a lot of science based on what they see in the books, but they are doing it on a local level. Okay? Some people don't fertilize ponds and they base on commercial feeds. Now you are into pond culture and you want to do what someone in the cage is doing. Okay? You have not tested your parameters. So at the end of the day, you'll fail. Maybe the fish is not converting or your conversion level is so high. So at the end of the day, fish will eat something to do with maybe 4,000 shillings, and you are going to sell that one fish at 3,000 shillings. That means you're doing a loss.
When discussing the hurdles they face, James highlights the prevalence of predators targeting fish.
Of course, the first challenge has been on the predators. That is the birds. Now this is an ecosystem, you can't poison them, you need the birds. I think you've not seen it here. It comes and enters and eats those young ones. Okay, it reduces the population. Yeah, there's a time we stocked one of the ponds there, we brought 2,500 fingerlings. But reaching harvest time, we had about 1,200. That means a lot had been taken up because it enters and it can take more than 10 minutes inside there eating, and then it goes.
More so, there are market challenges related to the required size of the fish and the competition for customer share.
The people who can give you good money, they want uniform size. Okay? So when the guy comes to buy, because we have done it before, we say I buy between 300 to 500. Then the fish will be harvested. If there are those of 200 and 100, we will not take them. We will not give you the money. But they're already dead. You cannot put them back into the water. So that will be a loss.
Farming opportunities.
When it comes to future plans, James harbors ambitions for agrotourism and additional endeavors. Situated conveniently along the main road from Buyikwe to Jinja, the location offers strategic positioning and promising both accessibility and convenience.
The future plan is agrotourism and education. Because of the many things we have and accessibility and all that, we are looking at the potential, because looking at our plan, like he gave it to us, we can see that there are so many things we can do here.
We give you different views and options. You can even put a petrol station. So we give you the different views, the different shots, so that you are able to actually, this is where we shall have the cottages, so that people can rest. These people who stay here, we have the concept called agro-tourism. So the people who stay here are the same people who are going to eat this fish, this pork, the bananas, and so you're selling at a higher cost beyond the farm gate, but getting value for your money. Then different shots, this is the bananas.
Like Mr. Damba told us that there are some big trees here which can work for zip lining. It is that point we are going also to use. You see that we put a zip line here and also cottages here on this slope. Yeah, so that people come to relax, and then the seller at the farm can bring in some money. Yeah, because at the end of the day, even if someone gives you $50 and you get 5 people, that is additional income. So not only looking at fish, not only looking at bananas, but they will be doing bee harvesting. Then we are going to have sport fishing in this place, so that someone pays maybe like 20K. We give them a hook, and then they come and whatever they pick, they take. That will be an activity. Yeah, and then camping, and then educating. Schools will be coming. At least we have so far had 2.
Cocoa is a significant component of his future endeavors, as he has already embarked on this venture, planting a considerable number of cocoa trees with the anticipation of a rewarding payday.
Cocoa is another thing we have planted. We planted about 8 acres, and we have another 5 in another place. Cocoa, of course, will be saving the environment, but we can harvest. It's a fruit. We can harvest for over 50 years. Yeah, so we've planted it, and we know even if the price drops to 1,000 shillings a kilo, again, that is the kilo, that's the price we are paid for maize.
Are you someone who's solely focused on producing food for human consumption? Well, perhaps it's time to consider diversifying your efforts into animal feed production as well. Thanks to the ongoing guidance from Eric, James's farm has expanded its operations significantly. They are now cultivating approximately 3.5 acres of land, not only for traditional crops, but also for producing essential animal feeds such as hay and silage.
When he drew our map, he put a place, I think it was like an acre, that we can have Chloris Guyana. I had not heard of Chloris Guyana, I even didn't know what it is.
Hay in particular holds significant market value, fetching as much as 12,000 shillings per bale.
Currently, we are making hay and we are selling it before bringing our own cows. Actually, we cannot produce the hay people want, because I currently have someone who wants 300 bales. And from the acre, we got 100 bales. The latest service we've done, and of course we are still baling. Yeah, so that command is also there. And one bale we are selling it at 12,000 shillings. Yeah, so that's 1.2 million. And in a year, you can harvest 6 times, because they will receive a lot of rainfall. Yeah, so if you are getting your 1.2 times 6 in this village, even if it is just 1 acre, really, that is not bad money. Most people are actually growing food for people. Very people are growing food for animals. And there are so many people who are having animals on zero grazing, and they are struggling with animal feed. So we are doing here and also doing silage. So this is the pak chong one, which has about 14-16% good protein content. It tastes almost like sugar. Okay. So if you cannot grow maize, and if maize is expensive on your side, you can go with this. Of course, there are more advantages of using maize silage, but this one is a bit cheaper. So after every 2 months, you harvest. In places like this, which is a lot of rainfall. So this is surface silage. We have just made this about 10 tons, which I have put here. We harvested. We have another bank there. Okay. So we just put it on the surface. Put a PVC, about 800 grams, Cavera, and then we cover the lot of soil so that air doesn't enter. You can have it here for more than 3-4 years when it is there. Now, one ton of silage costs about 300,000. Okay, when you're selling it. That is for this. For maize, it can go up to even 400,000. So if you have 10 tons, that's about 3 million. And you are getting 10 tons from how many acres? So if you have, let's say, just 2 acres, okay, and you are able to get just, let's say, 10 tons, and you are getting your 3 million. 3 million times 6. How much is that in a year?
We were taken aback when James introduced us to his unconventional approach to pig farming. With just a few pigs on the farm, we were initially skeptical. However, it soon became clear that James had meticulously planned and managed every aspect.
Our business plan is not to accumulate pigs. What we are seeing is the ideal for pig farming. Pig farming has a big challenge of swine fever. Okay? Many people who have stock to a very big number sometimes are hit. So when we saw that on many farms, we said let us have at any time a maximum of 5 breeding gilts and sows. For 5 sows, you'll have a maximum of 50 piglets every 4 months. Most of the piglets are booked before the animals even deliver. That's why you cannot see. Actually, when you see them empty, it means we are working. That's how you work, because you have the market. We have gone to even the level of selling pregnant ones because you have good breeds. So people come, they want the boas. Like 2 days ago, we saw the boa and younger ones. There's a guy who came and took more than 20 winners. Others want pregnant ones. So the market actually is there. So what we realize that we're not going to sell pokers. We're not selling pokers. We are just selling to people who are going to breed.
But there is more to this farm operation than meets the eye. Clients often referred by Damba Kezala regularly sing its praises and recommend it for others.
Actually, most of our clients are sent again by the planner, that is Damba Kezala, because the farm, the plans, he connects those people to the buyers. Because if he plans for you the farm like this one, he planned it, then he will plan for other people who are going into pig farming. But he knows someone who already started, and the fact that they monitor the breeds, they know what we have, they're able to recommend to those farmers. So I think that's another advantage of having a planner, that you have access to the market.